Hi everyone, it's me, Krylios, Team Racing Productions MC and producer. And joining me today for YouTube Live is Micah the Poet. Micah the Poet is joining me, and I'm so glad to have Micah here with us today. How are you doing, Micah?
Hey, how are you? I'm fine.
I am doing well. I'm so happy that you are here with us because it's been a long time coming. How's everything been going with this pandemic, and how have you been handling it?
Um, I've been pretty much staying safe, keeping my circles pretty small. Um, Between just a few friends and my mom, we pretty much have just been social distancing and trying to keep safe.
Mm.
We did break out to the beach one time, but it was still we were still all spaced out and stuff. So I think it's just been a matter of like maintaining my mental health and making sure I don't get cabin fever and all that kind of stuff. That's usually like a big thing. I get real restless after a while, so I usually have to get out and do something. So I picked up a couple new hobbies, started gardening, and
Oh,
I'm
wow, gardening.
yeah, I'm actually pretty good at it, which I didn't think I was gonna be. But yeah, so I've been having a lot of fun with that and exploring different ways of writing. I usually just
Mm-hmm.
stick to poetry, but I've started looking into like technical writing, proofreading, editing, that kind of stuff.
Oh, wow.
Um, I've been working on. I have a book coming out soon, so I've been working on that. Just making sure um, all of that's together for that, and
Mm-hmm.
how what a digital release is going to look like, and the logistics of that. So um, yeah, I mean it's funny because life is kind of different, but it hasn't stopped at all.
It hasn't stopped, definitely. And you're also a DJ as well. How has that been? What's that like during this time? How have you adapted?
I've had a couple of virtual DJ gigs, and they're pretty cool. I think the biggest thing getting over that was uh I mostly, instead of doing live shows, that people mostly want mixes, and so
Mm-hmm.
I'll make the mix, and then they'll invite me to the dance party or whatever they have virtually. And so it's been interesting watching people like dance to my playlist, and because when you're actually physically DJing, you can't really look and see how people are partying. But I've been on a couple of these Zoom parties, and they've been pretty cool.
The Zoom parties. Everyone's talking about Zoom parties.
Yeah.
They've become the talk of the town now, haven't they? Tell me, the last time we saw each other, like the last time we were out at a thing was at Rayceen Pendarvis's Living Black History, where you performed, one of your pieces, which was, so touching and so inspiring. Tell me, what inspires your writing, and if you've been inspired during this time to write more, and what those themes look like in your new writing that you've been inspired to.
um, I am often just inspired by life, living my own life, seeing other people's live theirs. That's a big motivation behind my poetry. I think I didn't because I started off um, as a kid, not even really thinking about poetry. I wanted to be a rapper for a really long time till about 14, and then I then I realized that I had to do something else. But in growing up and being you know poetically inclined, um I think what happened when I was younger was that people were always trying to find the words to explain what they were going through or how they were
Yeah.
feeling. And my poetry came in as kind of a buffer for that, so people could kind of use the poems um, to dedicate to one another or to read around to one another, and it was and it expanded people's capacity, for acceptance and for love and for understanding, because I have a gift of just mm, m- making things, inspiring or impactful or palpable to the ear.
Yeah.
So I think, but it always comes from like something that's happened to me, or some place that I've been, or some people that I've seen, or people that I've had conversations with. Um, yeah, and so during COVID, I've stayed um, pretty much inspired, pretty much because a lot of my friends are artists.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and just watching them maintain their resilience, and um, even with the pandemic, there's still a lot of things, there's still a lot of polarizing events that are happening to Black, brown, and trans queer bodies, um, that I think people are being that people are a lot more sensitive to now, because they have
Yes.
the time to actually read these things and to see these people, and to watch these videos, that aren't usually caught,
Yes. Yes.
because of our day-to-day life. So I think I wrote a new poem, probably 2 weeks ago, but mostly this time has given me time to reflect on uh, all of my old poetry. I was never one for kind of going back and editing, blame it on the youth. But I think, now that I'm older, I definitely have been finding a lot of solace in reading a lot of my old work, tweaking a lot of my old work. So in addition to writing a brand new poem, I also have 4 or 5 other poems, um, that I'm working with and putting in the set now, um, that I think really resonate with people.
I see, I see. Well, that's great. That is wonderful. And so, as as the months move on, the weeks move on, and things change, I know that I don't know, because you have your new book coming out soon, hopefully, trying to get that together. Can you tell our audience, what they can look forward to getting from you, as well as, how they can follow you and contact you and keep up with you?
Yeah, so the new book will be out this fall. I don't know whether it's going to be a virtual book first or a physical copy first, but we're working on through all of that. But it will be coming out this fall, that we're working on, as far as the timeline. I don't have any gigs set up right now, but you can always just keep up with me. Micah the Poet on Facebook. MicahThePoet.com is my website. Micah the Poet on Instagram. Um, you feel free to send me a message, ask me any questions. If you want to book me, that's cool as well. Um, so yeah, just that's the best way to keep in touch with me and keep up with all of my gigs and things like that. Um, and yeah, be looking for the book. I'm planning on doing kind of like a package deal, with the book and some different types of merch. So yeah, just be looking out for that, and I hope you guys enjoy the poetry and the music to come.
Thank you. Thank you so much, Mike. And thanks so much for joining me today. It was a pleasure.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Have a good one. Bye. And to our
Bye.
viewers, thank you for watching.